What's up, dude? Rodin.
Ah, finally someone showed up. Listen, you've got to help me get
Wait,
out
is
of
this... Oh, this might
I've been stuck
be...
here for what feels like ages.
This might be the guy who maybe we thought was Faye? That we killed right before we had the whole monitor fiasco?
Ah, right. My name's Brodin, and this is my house. Oh, well, it looks like my house, but I can't leave, and my dumb wife is nowhere in sight.
I think that's what this is. Hold on, are you Dierde's husband?
Aye, sworn to her before the old mother and all that drivel. Why so surprised, eh?
Because I killed Dierde's husband, he looked different.
Don't tell me she really made one of those freaks here her husband. Oh, Deirdre, I never thought you had it in you. Of all the lessons I taught her, I never thought that would be the one to stick. Ah, it doesn't matter now. Good of you to get rid of that thing. You just put it out of its misery.
She said they were happy together.
She's just deranged. She's spiteful and mean-spirited. Nobody could be happy with her. She makes it impossible. That beast stayed close to her because it had no choice. I've been here long enough to know how these things work.
Oh, good lord. Isn't this guy just a peach?
I've always told her, like coals to like. We're not that different, regardless of what she claims.
She never mentioned a deal.
Of course she didn't. She always loved playing the victim. The poor little abused blind girl. Exchanging her rightful
Jesus Christ. Can we kill this guy?
Doesn't seem as appealing.
Is this part of the quest? Can we kill him? I mean, we already killed something like him once. How'd you end up here?
I'm sure my loving wife had something to do with that. You see, one evening I went out to get some wood and saw a strange light. All of a sudden, a creature attacked me. I tried to fight it off, but I just can't remember what happened next. I must have passed out. When I woke up, I was here. According to them, I cannot leave. Ever. But now that you're here, and that thing that attacked me is back there as well, you could try killing it, and then we'd both be free.
Yeah, no, you're not going anywhere.
So, what? I deserve to rot here for all bloody eternity as a toy for those things? Just because my demented wife made a stupid wish?
Yeah.
Really? Well, then I'll make sure you're not leaving either.
Oh, do I get to kill you? Oh, that was so sudden. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less. You know, he was just kind of a normal dude, but like he just got obliterated. Wait, I'm not a shill? Wait, I'm not getting paid buku bucks for this? I thought all streamers get massive checks every month and we all live on yachts and have supercars. That's not the case? Shit. I'm doing something wrong. What do I need to do? Oh! That's because you don't know about my OnlyFans yet. Just kidding. Nobody wants that. Alright. If you have that fear against holy things, don't be looking at the screen. What is this? You want me to gift it to Deirdre?
Yes. Give. Now go.
Strange Pearl. This whole thing is strange. Good. I'm glad we got to put that guy, you know, put him where he deserves. He was kind of a twat. Big twat. I want to go down here though. Is this anything or is it just to mine some weird stone? Still haven't found a use for that though. I don't want to hear a word. I don't want to hear a weird. I just climb up this way? Can we Skyrim scale? Yeah, that is, ooh, hold on now. Shard of the Fallen Sky, you'd better be sweet. Raise your one-handed proficiency by 25? Well, hello, beautiful. We might have just picked up a new weapon. I gotta upgrade it a few times to see how strong it gets. Blend is ours. We shall fight. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things, you know, there's a lot of deals that can be made on the back end. Specifically, you know, I know that we've all seen the ads, the, oh, what is it? Raid Shadow Legends. Or, you know, the games that, you know, like the ones where you move side to side with the guns, and then it's like, do the math, and then the person playing is like clearly just really shit at the game. You know, the thing is, like, the thing that's really tough. Now, I have never, as far as I can recall, I don't think I've ever had those types of deals asked of me. You mean full run? Yeah, so like I mean, I still get emails asking like, we'll review this roguelike, and I think that's going to happen a lot just because, you know, I have so many videos up of like playing the first hour of roguelikes, and I don't mind, you know, I don't mind doing stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gonna review a game just for them to be like, these are the things that you have to say. It's a little bit sketchy. Like, those are pretty clear when they're being a little scummy. The ones that are harder to establish if they're actually being in good faith, and typically they're not, but it's when there are things that you can't say. That's when it starts to get a little wishy-washy.
Hello?
But, you know, there's definitely, you know, there's definitely the ads. Like, Streamlabs has, like, a whole streamer program where, like, the HelloFresh stuff, I'm pretty sure that's, like, a popular one. I think Huel might be another one where, like, with Streamlabs, you know, you put a link in, and for people who, you know, click on the link or buy something, you get a little bit of a kickback, you know, and that stuff, like you're saying, like, you know, ads, you know, if you want to, ultimately, it's streaming is just another form of entertainment, right? So in the same way that, like the way that I kind of explained to like my parents, because they don't understand like YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, is like, it's a radio show, right? If you're listening to any radio show or television show for that matter, you're going to have commercial breaks, and that's how these stations make money. Like, that's, I mean, I literally make commercials for a living. Like, my day job is a commercial producer. You know, I work for a television station. So the way that I get paid for my 9 to 5 is our sales team goes out, talks to businesses, says, hey, do you want to advertise on TV? They pay some money. We put them on TV, and then hopefully drive business to their business. But yeah, as soon as you start getting into situations where it's like, hey guys, you should play this game. It's a, you know, it's a 10 out of 10, and it's like a 2 out of 10, but they told you to say it's 10 out of 10. That's when your reputation starts going in the tube. And it's like, sure, you might be getting your bag in the short run, but that short run, it's not really worth it in the long run. So depending, you know, if you're trying to do like a rug pull thing where you get in, get out quick, but then again, it's like, why would you want to? Because if you're in a situation where you have that pull and a company is willing to pay you big money to say good things about their game, you likely have spent the time to build up a massive community for them to actually care about putting the dollars into your pocket to say something good about them. And so if that's the case, it's like, do you want to just piss that away on one or two big deals? It's like, why would you want to do that?
A deal? What deal? What in the world are you talking about?
I went into their realm. Broden was there.
What does he have to do with anything? And what realm? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I went into their realm. I was told to give this to you.
Oh, this feels just like... It feels like my beloved. So he's alive? You didn't kill him? Please.
What exactly did we just... We handed her some pearls, and she's like, it feels like my husband. Oh my god, He's like, here, give her some pearls and a hot dog, it'll be just like me. Actually, it's like, screw the hot dog, give her a kielbasa, put some girth on that thing. This altar is an entrance to the Fey realm. Broden was trapped there.
Broden? What does he have to do with anything?
It's smoother than I remember.
I somehow sent him there? That's absurd. If I knew I could get rid of him that easily, I would have done so before he literally beat me blind.
Jesus Christ, this game goes to dark places. What did you pray for at the altar?
Anything. Everything. At first, I prayed to the gods to tell me how to be a better wife, to explain to me what I was doing wrong so he would stop beating me. Then I prayed for someone to save me, to take me away from here. And then there were nights when I prayed for a swift death. The last time before Broden disappeared, Gods, I remember now. I asked them to take him away from me forever and give me a better husband.
What are you going to do now?
I don't know. I think I'll just... wait. This orb you gave me, I can't explain it, but it feels like a promise. It's important, so I'll take care of it. And in turn, he'll take care of me. Just as he always has. Here, take this key. There's a chest buried behind the house. Before I lost my sight, I managed to earn some coin with needlework. I hid it, thinking I could use it to run away one day. Take it all, I don't need it anymore. And be safe out there.
I think creators can get away with it when they do it sparingly. Well, so, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I think there's a couple factors there. One of which is the age of your community. Not to say anything particularly poor about the young, but the young and the impressionable are not the most intelligent. And so I think a lot of times, they will kind of, and that's obviously a very general they, but, oh, I didn't realize this was literally right behind her house. They'll kind of brush things off and be more willing to forgive and forget, or maybe not even forgive, but just forget. I think it's more so the older community, especially I think, like once you start getting into the real world, into actually getting a job, I think that, people who are like 25-ish plus will start taking integrity more seriously, because ultimately that's kind of stuff like that kind of matters to people who are older. So I think that's one. I think the severity, I don't know that the severity of the situation really matters all that much, if I'm being perfectly honest. But time definitely plays a factor as well. If it's like a story comes out, it gets revealed that you took X amount of dollars to say something good about this game, and then the next day you come out with another review for a game, obviously I think that that's going to be taken into question pretty strongly. I don't know. It depends, because I think I would like to think that your integrity gets bolted, but the thing is, like, I've seen creators over time, and I'm not even talking about just like I'm gonna play FIFA type creator. I'm like older gentlemen, people who are in their 40s who are trying to start a channel just off of like talking about movies, like movie reviews or whatever. obviously this is a little bit different situation, but, you know, some creators who I've watched in the past got into trouble with, you know, with the whole, like, Me Too movement. And then, you know, they came back, like, several years later, and while they weren't as popular, they still had a bit of a following. Now, obviously, that is a very different situation than what we're talking about here. I'm not oblivious to that fact. I think some of the situations, you know, weren't exactly all up and up. They weren't exactly all they appeared to be from the people who accused them of stuff. But still, that still puts a damper on their reputation, right? So if you can start a new following, well, then those new people might not know the old stuff that happened. So I think there's a situation there as well. You know, if the person who takes a deal that's maybe not favorable to the viewer, depending on, you know, can they build up a new following, that would change things as well. I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to who's watching, right? If the person who's watching doesn't care about the fact that they got paid for a good review, which is weird, right? Like, if you're watching somebody review games and you're wondering whether or not it's going to be, like, worth your time or money to buy into it, and you find out that the person got paid to tell you it was good, and then you bought a bad game, it's like, I personally, I don't understand, like, why you would keep watching them. But, you know, as we've talked about, people have done dumber things in the world. I hope this letter finds you well. I must share something important with you. After much contemplation, I've decided to leave my wife. This decision has not been made lightly. I found my true love and feel compelled to follow my heart. I plan to meet her in the cave, you know which one. Please take care of my wife in my absence. She's a good woman, and none of this is her fault. She deserves kindness and support during this difficult time. Thank you for understanding. That looks like the wife. Oh, hey. There's a cave. So, did she perhaps... Huh. Maybe she got caught by these guys before she could make it in? Yeah, but see, like, Jay, I think, you know, I think you and I are in I think we're both in the older bracket of people who would care about that more. Right? But I think, like, if the person's primary audience is between, let's say, 14 and 20, they might be more likely to stick around. The days apart are a torment I could hardly bear. In our cave, our sanctuary, something, something F. Right. Yeah, I don't either, because those guys are too ADHD for me. Like, I can't handle the hypeness. But okay, so here's another more, well, see, this is another, like, so many things now, like, are they controversial or not? But rather than looking at YouTubers, and again, I don't know if this necessarily translates. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. Obviously went through a bunch of stuff. Obviously had some stuff come to light about him that was not too pleasant, you know, and the question is, like, once you find out about that stuff, do you still watch his movies or not? Like I said, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, right? Because obviously he did some bad stuff, or I don't think it's been ever positively with 100%, like, no doubt he did stuff, but it's pretty damn close to that, right? Although you can't prove anything 100%. But it's like, am I never going to watch a Kevin Spacey movie again? Because there were a lot of people that worked on those movies. Again, very different. I think that might be too different than this situation. Specifically because of the fact that it's more than one person working on it. Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, me personally, I'm in that boat where I try and separate the art from the artist. Well, you know, here's a little bit better one. Here's a little bit better one because I think it's a little bit different. I think it's even more different. It's still in the same vein. Let's bring up another name that people don't like. Harvey Weinstein. You know how many movies that guy was a part of? You're going to tell me that you're never going to watch a movie produced by Harvey Weinstein ever again? Now, obviously, he's not coming out with new movies, right? But, like, you're going to tell me you're never going to watch a movie that he's ever produced ever again? I don't think so. He had his hands in so much stuff. What was it? Wasn't he a part of, like, Miramax? Sure, he might have been, you know, he might have been just the money, but he was, I mean, he was a part of a lot. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm never watching one of, you know, one of his movies ever again.
Don't worry. Now we can forget all about it. Because you...
I don't know. I think
finally came back to me.
New spear. But yeah, I think these situations might be too different from each other. I think I took it too far to an extreme.
Bayor.
Oh, let's take a look at the spear. I think what those people did compared to a YouTuber taking money to make a good review, I think that's a little bit different. I think we're in very different worlds here. Yeah, I guess what you're saying is fair. Yeah, he didn't have, like, direct impact on it. I think in this case, Kevin Spacey was technically a better comparison, but I still think it's much more extreme. Sprint attacks cost 30 mana and apply massive force to enemies in front of you. Well, that's very much not what we're doing here.
Don't worry. Now we can forget all about it. Because I missed you so much.
Sweden went nuts over all that. Several high-profile cases ended up being completely false, though, which really turned everything on its head. See, that's the problem with all that stuff, right? Is that while, especially with that whole movement that went on, what was that, 2017, 18-ish? Obviously, I think that a lot of those cases had a lot of standing and were probably even truthful. But as soon as you get the bandwagon people, the people who, like, if someone was omnipotent and could see every person's history from when they were born to when they died, and could with 100% certainty say that this person had nothing to do with it, you know, they're completely lying, which we don't really have access to. But, you know, if you have one person that comes forward who says something happened to them and it didn't, unfortunately, it just brings into question everybody's account, especially when you have that big lapse in time where, like, if it's, this happened yesterday, it's like, okay, we have some things that we can do to, you know, try and figure out if that happened. But with time being a factor and the fact that proof is not ever something you can get 100% of anyway, that's where it starts being a problem, right? Because of the way that now we have the internet, it's not like, you know, it's not like you're going to ever contain these things in a small little area of the world. As soon as it's on the news, you know, you're going to have someone, man, when he came over to Asia, this happened to me. And it's like, they're just trying to get a part of the money. Again, I'm not saying that that was even close to the majority of people, but as soon as you start including one or two people that do that, it starts calling into question everything. And that's where you start having, you know, a lot of people who, especially when it happens to somebody who is more liked, and people don't want to accept the fact that, like, behind the scenes, they might not have been the person that you want to believe they are. You know, people will kind of do anything to rationalize, oh, this didn't happen because this one person came forward and was lying. Everybody's a liar. It's like, well, that doesn't do anybody any good. But anyway. It's not even that extreme. It's just not parallel. I don't even like, yeah. Yeah. I just like that they're getting paid to offer a review and showing it as genuine when it's not. Yeah, that's, yeah. So getting paid to review, I would think is fine. But it's when they're specifically paying for a good review. That is not fine. Yeah, that's when things get hanky. I thought I might be able to go down there. Which boss fell through the floor? That would be the Blood Abomination. So, the Blood Abomination in the Blood Cave is where it happened to me. But potentially, there is another boss. I don't remember where he was. But there's a boss that spawns, it's like, is it Mistbearer, Mistweaver or something? That will spawn like little minions in the middle. You have to kill all the minions. And then he kind of gets knocked down the ground. You can beat him up. If it's that one, I think that might be intentional. Because you're treating your audience trust for the bag, which is annoying. You're doing an ad for Raid Shadow Legends without convincing that you like Raid. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely a fair difference. That one, okay. So, yeah, Snake, with that boss, I think that is intentional. I fought it a couple times, and it happened every time. So either it's always bugging out, or it's intentional that happens. A horrible fight. I like that fight. Although, no, you have Thunderlash, so you should have done fine in that fight. I can return the heart to Bayor. So where is Bayor? Oh, he's back in the freaking there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this quest then. This is main quest. Okay, so 3 points in perception. Perception might be a bit squishier than you, perhaps. Perhaps that could be the case. I had a lot of health. Because I spec'd into this right here, the Invigorating Energy. So your max health is increased by 20% of your max mana. And then I built a bunch of max mana. Let's see. No, I don't care about that. Receive 10% less damage when overexerted. No, don't care about any of that. Dude, I need my brain fixed. What was I speccing into? This happens every level. Honestly, I'm just going to take this other point, gaining momentum. Oh, wait. I almost remember. It was... Nope, I just lost it. It wasn't the dashes. Screw it, I don't remember. Maybe go into combat? Critical spell hits reduce target stamina by 10% of the damage dealt. Yeah, let's start going into the stun. Start getting some more utility out of our spells. Right? Like, if our spells are going to fall off damage-wise because of this sword, then we might as well be getting some kind of utility out of them. So how am I going to get there? I guess just cross this bridge, keep going to the right. Whoops. Whoops. Cow! Cow, you'll go great with that rosemary I just picked. No leather, though. That's sad. I still think it's so weird that rosemary grows on rocks. Unless it's just a game thing. If I'm learning false realities because of this game, oh buddy, you're gonna have to re-educate me on how rosemary grows. Oh, there's a little campfire down there. Cute. Sup, maggot? You don't look like a maggot.
So, you finally arrived. Or is it the two of you? It's a pleasure to meet you.
You think? Oh, crap.
Call me maggot. I don't like that
On rocks?
other name Denholm and his men insist on using.
I don't know, from a bush?
No, and that bothers me a lot. But I sense something lurking inside you. Something quite terrifying, I must say. All I'm sure of is that you've been exposed to vast quantities of the weirdness and survived. And that's rare.
How do you know all that?
Let's say I have
Isn't that like a kid's song?
certain
Here we go round the
skills
rosemary
when it
bush.
comes to magic.
Here we go round the rosemary bush, the rosemary bush, the rosemary bush. Denholm sent me to talk with you.
Yes, the Mynheer. It responded to your presence. It reacted to you. And that's unusual.
Shrug, right?
It means big changes are coming to our
Tainted Grail,
small
you're teaching me
land.
false realities.
Do you know why all those Camelot troops are here?
They want the Menhir.
That's right. Unfortunately,
Oh, tiny pine
they
trees? That's cool.
believe That by gathering all
I don't know.
the
For me, it
dying
comes in a
Mynheers
jar.
and
That's all I
placing them
know.
Around Camelot, they'll stand a fighting chance.
I go to the
against
shelf and it says
ongoing weirdness.
rosemary. And then I go,
But they
I would
don't
like that,
know.
please.
Or they don't want people to know that a Mynheer is nothing but a piece of rock unless it has been ignited by a special ritual. And if they were ignited once, they can be rekindled again. You see where I'm going with this?
You want to rekindle the Menhir in Connacht?
No. I want you to rekindle the Menhir in Connacht. I'm too old to play a hero, but I can help you become one if you care about things like that. And I, for once, would like to stand on the right side of history.
Yeah, see, Snake, that's what I thought about the Blood Abomination boss, too. Because when I fought her, I saw things go into my inventory, and so I kind of assumed, like, oh, okay, I just don't need to loot the body. Because I saw the same thing happen to the Mistbearer as well. But apparently that wasn't the case. For the Blood Abomination, anyway. Okay, so what's your plan? I'd rather help you than Denel.
That's the problem, you see. I don't have one. The moment the Menhir reacted to you, I felt something. As if a piece of my brain was trying to tell me something. But I couldn't quite reach it. I suddenly remembered about the Menhir rites, the ritual I told you about, and that there were 2 scrolls that contained it. But where are they? How do I even know that? That's lost on me. So, it looks like...
Alright, dude, you gotta talk faster. Let's do it. Have a nice trip. Alright, you need luminous silver dust and raspberries for this ritual. Both are scattered in and around the bandit camp. Easy enough. People gotta talk faster in this game. Oh my god, we gotta get these people some caffeine. Wait, where am I going? That's not nearby! Dude, all these people have such warped sense of distances. There was one quest as well. It was right around down here. Where they were like, yeah, just, you know, come this way. It's not that far away. And the quest is freaking up here. Oh, these people need to get that shit figured out. That's not near. It's a mile of frick away. There's not even a good fast travel point around here. You live in the middle of nowhere. But I can't fast travel there. I don't have it unlocked. It's broken. Gotta keep going up around here. This isn't even fast travel. This is long travel. You gonna give me leather? Oh yeah, they don't make leather. Well, they give me pelts, and then I make leather from their pelts. Ooh. Titanium. That's a big boy. All right, let's ward up. Oh, you know what? Let's actually blast him with the daggers. Yeah, dude, this sword is just, like, too good. It just, like, invalidates all of my magic. Like, which I guess is cool. I mean, to a point, right? Because up until this point, our magic has just been so dominant that now I can actually play a little... Oh, god damn... Who the... What prick knocked out that bridge? God dang it. Now I literally have to go. Oh my. Alrighty. Alrighty. Bros, I'm gonna blast you into next week.
You're nothing but a peasant.
Can a peasant do this?
You are nothing but a... You'll fall to my...
That's what I thought. Okay. Take that garlic. You never know when you're going to need some garlic, as we found out earlier. Alright, that seems like a long journey. So I think then that's where we're going to call it for today, because there... Oh boy, I don't want to go back down there, man. That's a mess. But yeah, that seems like a pretty good place to call it, because I feel like once I do that, then I'm going to have to help out Maggot, and then I'm doing like a whole nother quest, and so this seems like a pretty good spot to call it for the evening. I got to go grab some dinner, and of course rest up here, because I got to go to freaking work tomorrow. Which sucks. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Very much appreciated. Had some good talks, We got a little bit done. And yeah, so the plan is I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be playing some more Tainted Grail. I got to get through as much as possible here before before Elden Ring comes out. Elden Ring Night Rain. And then we're going to try that out a little bit. We'll see. I don't know how much I'll play of that one, because I do want to finish this game, but I mean, Jesus, it's already been 30 hours and we only just finished Act 1. Oh, I know. That's gonna be my goal. I hope that I don't have very many shoots this week for work, and I can get that done during work. Although probably most of my day tomorrow is gonna be culling all like 7 of the past VODs for shorts content, because of course I haven't done any of that because I started this weekend. So that'll be fun, rewatching, like scrubbing through 30 hours of footage. But yes, I will. My goal should be to get Discord up by next weekend. That should be my goal. Pin it and keep me to it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. See you in the next one. Peace.